Cool, we got another thrillmousemoto video here. This is kind of like a first official one because you can see I got a pretty sweet new camera, or a camera mount for the handlebars of the Ryker. That's the DJI Osmo Action. I was actually looking at the gimbal type one. I forget what it's called at first, and this one is pretty much like a GoPro, you can see, but the cool thing about it is that's a front face screen. It has two screens. On the back side, or the front side, however you think about it, it has a full touch screen just like a GoPro, but the cool little selfie screen, you can switch back and forth on it. And this application, it's something I'm probably not going to do, but it is cool. You can adjust it just like anyone else's GoPro, whatever type of setup you have. This is my first. I've had that 360 fly camera, but it's not really supported a lot, and I need to learn a lot more about uploading 360 videos and stuff before I try to use that. But this one's pretty sweet because I can have it facing myself like I'm going to be doing in this video, or I can adjust it somewhere else when I get there. And that's the RAM mount. I got that originally for a phone mount, and I'm not really using it as much because most of my rides are just kind of chill, so I'm not really trying to look at my phone, and I just listen to my GPS over my Apple AirPod Pros. And that camera there, that's my first camera I got, and that's because I've always had that mount so far on the helmet, and that's the Session 5 Pro. So this video's whatever happens on it is filmed between those two, the DJI Osmo Action and the Hero Session 5. So pretty cool. I like it in the middle. The last test video I didn't have it as low. This is way cooler because you can at least see my hands, and sometimes I get a little bit lower and you can see more of the Ryker, which is kind of the point. But being able to switch back and forth in case something cool happens. I wanted to show this because I love my Apple AirPod Pros, but it makes it pretty far, so I'm not really complaining about it before one of them kind of feels like they're coming out. And no one else probably gets this because I take my cheeks out, so if you probably have yours in, they're gonna stay in a lot better. But as far as destination for this video, that's my setup. But destination, we're gonna do the Austin Toy Museum today. My homeboy Caleb invited me over for a little private tour, so I figured I'd get some pretty cool video footage of that. Give me an excuse to make another Ryker video for Thrill Mouse today. That's the museum right there. It's on Congress, so the actual address is 314.5 Congress Avenue, and this is Austin, Texas, if you didn't know by now. But we're gonna park in the back. I think you just kind of find parking wherever, but I'm actually just gonna take one of Caleb's spots, cut through this back. That's at Tiki Bar, the Lost Lay. That's we went there like one time. I don't know if they're running right now with the pandemic stuff, but it's pretty cool being close to something like that with tiki drinks at least. The back side's probably not going to be helpful as far as figuring it out, but if you can see the landmarks of when I came in. And this is actually some foreshadowing for later, that little pigeon guy that's walking by that kind of operates in that area. I find out a little bit later. So kind of like the video of me doing a breakdown, I'm not going to really go into that on this. I guess the difference in my breakdown video of me getting off the Ryker and at my destination, I'm actually using the Can-Am magnetic gas tank bag. I think that's one of the names it's called, but I really just use it to put my phone in. I don't know if I have a janky phone. I have like a Lenovo phablet, and just the Bluetooth maybe isn't that good because in my pocket it gets real sketchy. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but if I have it in the front or in that bag, or like I'm wearing a hoodie with the pocket, I don't have any interruptions. This kind of shows you where the museum is in relation to Congress from the street. There is plenty of signs. I think it used to be like a dance studio because it's like in a weird little top part. And sorry for the Blair Witch camera action going on. I'm just not used to having a camera mounted on my face. I'm just looking around like I normally do, all sporadic. This is sweet. If you recognize that, you're an OG from, was it like Skull Mountain or whatever it is, the Skeletor's little castle when you're a kid. That's a little sticker in the bottom of it. And me just kind of creeping up on Caleb while he's working on the Ninja Turtle pinball. And that's kind of be what we're going to show today. I don't want to show the whole thing. Might do some more videos later on, but this is just going to be highlight the arcade. The lighting there is kind of whack. I mean, it's an arcade. They're usually pretty dark, so I'm just working with what we got. So maybe you can see something cool in it. Oregon Trail, dying of dysentery and everything in this video. So this is kind of like the highlight. Figure we'll show something cool and something that he's working on, so I'm not like really trying to interrupt him too much, but restoring, I don't know the actual name of it. We're going to be seeing a lot of the marquee, but it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pinball machine. This is like an original one too, so he's going to have a lot of work to do. This is one of the ones he was working at that we're going to get to see in the video. And I guess that's just like an acrylic piece with like a little printed sticker on them. You can see how that one's already been replaced, so that's just going to change the appearance altogether. I think he bought a whole set, and I don't know how much needed to get replaced. He's pointing at the screen there, that little marquee screen scrolling deal. And that's, I forgot what he said the other one was. But this kind of just shows him popping it off, which is pretty cool. And he's pointing to the, I don't know if we call that the plunger or whatever it is that makes the pinball shoot out. It's had some modifications. There's a lot of weird modifications the last group that had this did, and he kind of has to go back to change it. I think they try to make it like more powerful, and when it did that, it took away multi-ball, which is like, I mean, if you're a pinball player, multi-ball is like what you're trying to do like the whole game, so not having that as a drag. So getting that back is cool, and that just goes to show you, you know, the difference in it. We did notice that the other one was darker, the last little acrylic piece with that Foot Clan print on it, but we think it's because he changed the light. And if anyone's played this, you know that pizza, and it's got like magnets on the bottom of it. And that's Caleb showing. So as far as customizing, you can see the action figures in there. He did like a 3D print or a 3D resin print of a mouser. So he's trying to step it up a little bit, which is pretty cool. And if you remember playing this, or you currently have an arcade around you playing it, there's all kinds of little cool stuff. There's like actual action figures inside there. So being able to like have your own and then customize it, that's pretty cool. And really just having the glass off on this thing. I know we show a lot of it in this video, but it's really that cool to me to be able to poke around in there. Because that's something you're really not able to do. And that's him showing some stuff, and me pretending that I know what he's talking about, but it's just wires and stuff like that. But he did a lot of replacing. I think he was showing me where the new soundboard's going to go, which is going to be pretty sweet, because he can do like custom sounds. He's going to have it play like Vanilla Ice and things like that. So super custom job. And if you know Caleb, he's pretty good with that type of stuff. And he gets to show us like some of the action. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I didn't even know that it did. One of the big things that is a drag to me about pinballs and arcades, it's so dark, so you can't even see a lot of the stuff in the back. That shows you how the magnet works on the pizza. So if you've played it before, you've seen that the ball will come down, hit that magnet while the pizza's spinning, and then throw it in some whack cheating spot that pisses you off. That's one of my favorite parts of the game. And then, of course, the part where it dumps out of the manhole from the sewer, showing us how that multi-ball just doesn't work. If you play pinballs, you'll see that, or you'll know that the multi-ball, the balls just go and just shoot out. It's just not doing it right now. But I think that's one of the last things, other than just, you know, the aesthetics of the whole machine. But you'll probably see the shredder in the back. That's something he threw in there. There's this graphic I've never seen in the back. Save April. I don't know if you get points for that or whatever, but that whole green backlight back there, he put that there. So like I said, pinball machines are normally dark. The place is dark, so being able to see like the cool art and the other little functions, it's pretty cool in this. 3D prints his own beer holders for the arcades. Well, I don't think it's all arcades. I think it's just like it's Mortal Kombat and all pinballs all have it. You can see the Ninja Turtle bar. The pinball machine is going to go pretty well with the TMNT themed bar he's got going on. That's the resin printer. I don't know a lot about it, and I also just pretended I knew what he was saying. And he printed the thermal detonator he's working on from Star Wars. And of course, if you're a Mandalorian fan, you'll recognize that. And I think he did that with just a regular 3D printing. I'm not sure if that was resin or not. It does look pretty smooth though, but I think he painted it. And you'll see some of that. Just the toy museum. It's a lot about old stuff. So you'll see it's a lot of nostalgia going on in there. There's a little bit of a shop, so you can actually buy some stuff. As far as stuff in the museum, those aren't for sale, but there is a little gift shop section in the front of the store, so you can walk out with some pretty cool stuff upon purchase. And of course, you know, the most famous person in the world came in there and signed it, Dolph Lundgren. So that's a highlight of the whole video. The rest is just filler after this point. That Batman, I think it's like one of like the, well, I could read it one day, but I was just told it was one of the first ones. He's like I think he came with skis. He's like an Italian Batman. This is a tube TV that Caleb wants to work on to eventually have like Duck Hunt. Everyone always asks for Duck Hunt. I don't know what that's about. Printed his own Iron Man suit. That was the panties, and that is the butt. He is printing the butt of Iron Man when I was there, of course. Some of the pieces he completed already. The arm is pretty sick. Makes you look pretty swole. Be cool to wear with like a hoodie. And get away with that. I think he's just going to have it like a static like piece, like a statue. I don't think it's going to be something you wear. He gave me that botched Sub-Zero looking mask. Maybe I'll wear it to work. Star Wars pinball. I wanted to film this because it reminded me of my homeboy Eduardo when he hit this lamp when he was on a scooter in San Antonio. Head looked just like that. Facehugger was guarding the thermostat. Terminator, if I knew how to like edit sounds, I would do the dum dum dum. And I probably even said that wrong. Not going to show you any of the museum. I might make a whole video of that, but that was just kind of tease you about it. Maybe I'll do something and give away the whole secrecy of the museum. I know there's a admission fee for it, but you can come in. As of right now, how he has it, you can play those games as long as you're drinking any of the beverage that they sell. Also, the museum itself, where you can look at the exhibit, that is a different admission price. So stay tuned for some more stuff if you like, you know, looking at the museum. But this is kind of the goal. I ride the Ryker around. It's our Ryker channel, and get some good footage of that. And at the same time, try to go to some cool places, support local businesses. Thanks, Caleb. Like I said, 314.5 Congress Avenue, Austin, Texas.